These lashes are a little heavy today, so please excuse me while I try to keep my eyes open. Today I have a very small Louis Vuitton unboxing, first impressions, and review for you guys. So I just went to Louis Vuitton this past weekend when I was in Las Vegas with my friends, and I've been wanting to get this specific item, okay, not this specific one, but one similar to it for a while now, especially since I just got my new car. I was like, new car, new keychain, totally makes sense, right? But I've gone to, I think, 2 or 3 different Louis Vuittons in Vegas, and they still didn't have the exact one. I even went to one in Beverly Hills. They didn't even have it in stock, and I'll show you guys what I ended up picking up. So in the bag, you know, you just get your receipt. This item with tax was around $270, which is not bad for a small leather good in the luxury world. So definitely didn't mind that. Plus you get a lot less expensive sales tax in Vegas compared to Los Angeles. So hey, it was a win-win situation. Also, before I get into the actual item, I want to talk about their fragrances for a second because I was so excited to give them all a smell, see how they were going to work on my body, and I was hoping to come home with at least one of them in the collection. And as soon as I smelled them, like even the sales associate wasn't selling them to me. They just didn't smell like a Kayla scent. Even the lightest one, which is this, it's the rose fragrance, they did give me 4 samples of this so I could kind of try it out, but I'm not sold on it. Like, they just have weird notes that don't work well with my body chemistry. It just wasn't my vibe, and I hate to say that because I really wanted to get my hands on a Louis Vuitton fragrance, but I just don't think it's worth the money to invest in something that I'm not gonna love, especially with your body. Like, you don't want to walk around smelling funky, you know what I mean? Not a good look or a smell. So I don't know, the rose scent just is not doing it for me, so I think I'm gonna have to pass on this. I don't know. Let's get on to the item that you guys have been all waiting to see. Like I said, this is a very small haul, but I love a good small leather good, so I think it's great and worth it to do a video review on it, because I know when I was looking at this item, I was looking up videos here on YouTube. So let me just show you how it comes packaged with this beautiful cobalt blue ribbon and the orange packaging. So much better than the old packaging that they used to do. I mean, in my last Louis Vuitton video, you got to see the upgraded packaging, which is beautiful. So I'm just gonna take that little ribbon off. And I like this box. I always keep them. It's a nice little drawer where you can keep your item in when you're not using it. And of course it comes in a mini dust bag, which is the cutest thing of all things. Like, come on guys. So freaking cute. It's also nice to hold on to all of these things, your receipt with the envelope, the box, and of course the dust bag with the item in case you decide that you want to sell it sometime down the road. It's just a better investment that way. So just remember that these are investment items. And it's so funny because I did not get a monogram item this time. I got the Damier Ebene, which this is currently the only Damier Ebene canvas that I have in my current Louis Vuitton collection. I have sold bags before, so it's nice to have another Damier Ebene print back in my possession. So this is a 6-ring key holder, and it looks just like a small wallet, but inside it doesn't look anything like a wallet. It just has one little button to open it up, and there you go. You know, you have 6 rings up here where you can hold all of your keys. I have been using it because I wanted to be able to give you guys sort of a comparison of this item versus the clay, because they are pretty similar in price, and I have been using this item for 3 years, I want to say, as a keychain, so it holds all of my cards and stuff, but I'll talk more about that in a second. So I do have a car key, and yes, it was on here. I just wanted to kind of demonstrate how you put your keys on. Now, this specific item is made in France, which I think is so dope. I love when I get items that are made outside of my country, and I don't know, it's just like something small that makes the item so much better to me. What's cool about this is it doesn't just hold your keys. Actually, behind here is a little slot that goes all the way through on both sides, and you can fit your cards in there. So you could use this the same way that you would use your clay as a wallet and a keychain to hold everything. So that's why I thought I would really like this item, because I could still use it in the same way. It just has a different style to it. So I think you're able to fit 5 cards back there comfortably where it's still able to clasp shut. But I only have the essential cards, my credit card, my photo ID, and then the key fob to get into my apartment. So it's really nice to be able to scan this to get into the door without having to take it out. And that's exactly what I did with this item as well. So essentially they're the same thing with a slightly different price tag. It just depends on your personal preference, I would say. I've only had this for several days and have been using it, but I can tell you it's a little bit awkward to get your key. And no one showed this in their review, I'm surprised, and I definitely wanted to talk about this. It's just kind of awkward because you have this big portfolio thing hanging and you're trying to get your key into your front door to get into your house. And if your hands are all full, like, it's just a struggle sometimes. But I'm thinking maybe that's something that I just have to get used to. As far as having a car key, mine's a little bit bulky. It's Jeep, so it has the remote and then the key on the other end as well. So I'm going to show you guys how I put that in there, and it does hang out a little bit lower just because I have a key ring on this, because I do live in a big city and this doesn't apply to everyone. So keep that in mind as well as a pro or a con. If you don't valet your car, then don't worry about this, but it's so irritating to have to take your car key on and off of this to give it to the valet guy or to give it to the guy that's gonna be washing your car, because you don't ever want to give someone your entire keychain, you know what I mean? It has your house key, like all your stuff in there, especially if you have your wallet back here with your important cards. Don't ever do that. So it's kind of a struggle to get your key on and off as often as I would need to, so just keep that in mind. But if you don't valet your car or anything, don't worry about that. All right, so I'm just going to attach my car key to this last little hook right there, and you can see they're very movable. You know, you can almost roll it around in a complete circle. And it hooks on just like that. Sorry, it's so bright in my room when I film, but this is what it looks like from afar. And I know a lot of the girls that I watch and love here on YouTube in the Louis Vuitton community, Jerusha Couture. I know Allie actually just got this as well. I saw in her vlogs. Most of them, which I do too now, just leave their car key hanging out because it can be kind of bulky, and also because I do have this little key ring on here, it sticks out a little bit further just because I have that ring on there, so it doesn't look as nice. I mean, it still closes, it just looks a little funky like that. So I do prefer to keep the key hanging outside, which is not a problem. It's actually a much easier access that way. And the only other thing I can tell you guys about this is when I was going in to look at this item and pick it up, I actually wanted to get the 4 ring instead, because as you can see, I don't have that many keys on an everyday basis, so I didn't need to have something much bigger than I really needed. But the plus side about this is you are able to keep your cards in here and close it, so I did like that option as well. I'm still going to be using my clay as a card holder. I could use it strictly for business cards when I go to events and stuff, but if you do keep more than 5 cards, then you're definitely gonna want another option to hold those. I'm not really a wallet person, so this has always worked very well for me, like I said, for 3+ years, you know? So that's what I have to say about the Louis Vuitton 6-ring key holder. And also, if I could have any changes to this, they should have done like a red interior, like most of their bags. That would have been so nice. But I also went in looking for the monogram with the orange canvas, and that was just nowhere to be found, unfortunately. I wish I could get my hands on that one, but like I said, like my car key was a little too bulky for that because it's kind of big, you know, so that just wasn't an option. So that's all I have to say about my latest purchase from Louis Vuitton. Hopefully you dolls found this video helpful. I know I make these videos for search reasons, when people like me search videos on specific items to see if it's worth it or not. So I know a lot of my viewers don't love Louis Vuitton. And if you don't, I'm sorry. I don't know why I clicked on the video, but thank you for clicking on it anyways and hanging out with me. If you are new to my channel, be sure to support me and hit that subscribe button down there and give this one a big thumbs up. And I will catch you dolls in my next video very soon. Bye!